Hi YouTube, I am in India and it's really loud because I'm in India and the only nice location for filming that I found with a lot of lighting is outdoors, and I'm in the balcony slash terrace area. So this is the penthouse, and I don't own this place, it's my uncle's, and it's really loud because the Prime Minister of India is visiting the city today or tomorrow, so you will be hearing a lot of flight noises. I can't go outdoors because the roads are all blocked, so I thought I should film my India skincare haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of messy with a lot of noise issues, but I hope that you find some useful skincare here, and I hope that maybe some Indian viewers can find some skincare that they feel like they can actually access, because I know a lot of Indian girls who comment on my YouTube channel can't find some of the Canadian skincare that I talk about that's popularly available in the States and in Canada. So yeah, so without any further delay, I'm gonna talk about the skincare that I found here. I feel really awkward filming when there's people who can see me and they're not my family. So the first product I bought is actually, so this is actually not related to hyperpigmentation. It's called, is it showing up the right way? It's called tacrolimus ointment. So actually my dermatologist in Canada prescribed this for me for my irritation on my eyebrow. And it works really well. It's an alternative to folks who have irritation that's very prolonged and chronic. And it's an alternative for people. I mean, steroid creams are not supposed to be used for long term anyway, so this is a great product for that. I still try not to use this very regularly because I don't want to become dependent on it, but it's very safe for long term use. And it was only like, it was 325 rupees, so that's like around $5, which is really affordable. $5.50, oops. And you get 20 grams of product in it, and it's a 0.03%, which is the same concentration that I got in Canada, but I got it with a prescription and I had to pay quite a bit on top of my insurance to get it. I think it ended up being like $12, which is still affordable because I don't come to India often, so I know that I can't just come here to pick up. So I bought this. It's called Kojivit Plus. It has octinoxate, glycolic acid, arbutin. It has glycolic acid dipalmate, so that's a derivative. It's a more stable form of kojic acid. Sorry, why did I say glycolic acid dipalmate? It's kojic acid dipalmate. And grapeseed oil, arbutin, vitamin E, mulberry extract, allantoin. I'm really excited to try this product because, again, it is affordable and you get 15 grams of product in it. And like, I don't know, I'm very hopeful, but at the same time, because it has like a well-rounded formulation, like it has glycolic acid, it has kojic acid dipalmate, it has, you know, antioxidant ingredients, I feel like there's a lot of potential for this. Oh, I also found benzoyl peroxide. My brother actually forgot his benzoyl peroxide wash, so my brother forgot his, so we were able to find a leave-on tube, which is super helpful because you know, you just want to be able to leave it on without overly drying your skin. Like, I'm okay with both wash forms and leave on, but sometimes you don't have enough time to leave it on during your shower or something, especially because here people don't shower here nearly as much, I guess. Like, they still use a bucket and like water in a bucket, so you don't really have a whole lot of time to do the things that you normally do. So I think a leave-on product works really well. So if you're in India and you're looking for a benzoyl peroxide wash, I would say stick with this. This is affordable. Wash is also good, but this is because it's a low percentage, it's still effective without causing too much irritation. I was able to reduce this pimple with this. It was only 137 rupees, so it's like $2, you know? That's actually really good. Okay, so I'm actually going to open this and see. No, I think I have another tube open. There we go. So I got this other one. It's called Kojivit Ultra Gel. The other one was Kojivit Plus. So they're very similar, except, and they all have octinoxate, which is a UVB filter, which is great because UVB is the thing that makes your skin burn. So they are doing a very good job of formulating skincare that has sun protection in it. Oh my god, these girls are staring at me from the other side. Oh, the yellow one has niacinamide and has licorice root extract and tetrahydrocoumarine, so that's basically an antioxidant. Okay, so one of them is 30 grams, the other one is 15. I think they both have a lot of potential. I love products that have glycolic acid in it because it just makes it a little bit more effective. Next up, I have Demelan. It comes in a box like this. It has glycolic acid, arbutin, kojic acid, dipalmate cream. It has 10% glycolic acid. That's pretty strong, especially for me. Glycolic acid is not particularly the best exfoliating acid for people of color, particularly people of color who live in the tropical regions with a lot of sunlight, because you have to be very aggressive with sun protection, and it's really hard to be aggressive with sun protection if you're working and you're seeing a lot of people. It's just hard because not only the white cast aspect is kind of, you know, annoying to deal with, but you have this like shiny greasy look, and I don't know, it's just sort of hard to manage, I would say. So this has a really high percentage of glycolic acid, followed by arbutin at 5%. I love that it has alpha arbutin at 5%, which is a really high concentration. It also has kojic acid dipalmate at 2%. So this is one of my favorite ones. I definitely got 2 of these, but they're often sold out, so if you can get it, I would suggest getting this. It's been working well for me in the past few days that I've used this. I haven't seen any excess. I'm obviously wearing powder foundation right now. I'm wearing lipstick and eyeliner, but so one thing I've noticed about a lot of the products in Indian pharmacy, particularly for hyperpigmentation, they have fragrance and they don't mention any products that are fragrance free. The fragrance reminds me a lot, of my grandparents. My grandparents, I mean, they didn't use these products, but they use similar fragrance in a lot of the different products in India. I don't know why they're so similar, but it smells really nice. But if you are someone who's particularly allergic to fragrance and have a hard time dealing with fragrance, I cannot recommend any of these products because all of them have fragrance in it, except for azelaic acid and tretinoin. They don't have fragrance in it, but it leaves a really nice matte finish. I've noticed that literally all of the products that I bought have a matte finish. They don't leave a greasy, shiny look. And it makes sense because it is pretty humid in India and it's pretty hot here, so you wouldn't want to look like a grease ball. It's not comfortable. You look like you're really sick or something's wrong with you. People put powder, like talcum powder, on their face here, so they're really going for the dry matte feeling. So all of these products that I have today are totally matte, except for the tacrolimus ointment. That one is definitely greasy, but I only use this for my irritation here, but it's not something I use all over my face anyway. Yeah, so next we have this. It's called Kojiglow Fort Cream. It's a skin lightening cream that is steroid free and SMBS free. I don't know what that is actually. So this has kojic acid, not kojic acid dipalmate, but just kojic acid at 2%, niacinamide at 4%, pine bark extract, so that's pycnogenol at 6%, hydroquinone, so this is a hydroquinone product, 2%, ascorbic acid at 2%, allantoin at 0.4%, tetrahydrocumarin at 0.25%, and tetrahydropiperidine at 0.05%. I'm really hopeful about this, but because this has hydroquinone, I can't imagine using this longer than a month. Thankfully, the tube is 20 grams, so if I were to use this religiously in the morning and at night, I think I can go through this entire tube in a month. I don't know, I feel hesitant because I've used hydroquinone once before, and that was when I first started having hyperpigmentation around my mouth, and that was like 5.5 years ago now, and I used the hydroquinone product for 2 days, and then I was so scared because I read some scary things on the internet and I returned it, and it was a product by Neostrata. They used to sell Neostrata products that had hydroquinone in Canada, but you know, I guess with the change in regulations, and Neostrata definitely changes their products quite a bit. At that time, Neostrata was still not owned by Johnson & Johnson. Anyway, so I feel nervous about using products that have hydroquinone, even though, you know, this is supposed to be very promising. Like the guy at the pharmacy was like, oh, this has a lot of a lot of different ingredients. When you're tackling hyperpigmentation, you want to use products that have many different ingredients that are dealing with hyperpigmentation, like they combat hyperpigmentation, because hyperpigmentation can be dealt with by preventing pigment, by preventing tyrosinase to be activated. You can prevent it by you can prevent pigmentation or improve pigmentation by preventing the pigment from spreading to deeper layers of the skin. That's what soy and niacinamide does. You can also prevent it by reducing redness, like by reducing inflammation. You can help hyperpigmentation. So this has various different ingredients. I love that it has kojic acid because kojic acid is more effective than kojic acid dipalmate, but kojic acid is also more irritating. So if you worsen irritation, you're worsening hyperpigmentation. So people say kojic acid dipalmate is better because people comply with it more because it's not as irritating. They're not gritty, they're like a really nice lightweight moisturizer, and you can expect to have a matte finish after this. Like none of them are super hydrating at the same time, so I can see why people in India don't care about hydration. Like not all parts of India are dry, and I don't know, I am in the coastal region, so it's pretty like humid, and it's pretty, I don't know, you can use hyaluronic acid, you can use glycerin if you want, and it's not going to break you out because it's already pretty humid in the atmosphere. But I feel like people here don't want that look. They don't want to look glowy and hydrated, they want to look matte, and I get that. I have Lumax. Lumax is advanced skin lightening cream. It has niacinamide at 4%. It has licorice root extract at 0.1%. It has magnesium ascorbyl phosphate at 2%. I wish the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate was at 10%, like the Ordinary's, but because the Ordinary hasn't sold that product in a long time, I almost feel like they're not going to. And I have fungal acne and I'm prone to fungal acne. I wouldn't want to use anything that has peanut oil in it because peanut oil can really worsen fungal acne, especially people who are prone to seborrheic dermatitis, which I am. And it has octadecanoic acid, which is the acid in Indeed Labs, the protein brightening cream that I reviewed a couple years ago. It definitely has fragrance in it. Yeah, and you get like 20 grams of product. I actually really love this, even though it's mostly just niacinamide and licorice root. I really love this. Oh, octadecanoic acid is at 2%. Octadecanoic acid is very similar to azelaic acid, but it's like a longer chain. So it helps with hyperpigmentation, but it's only at 2%, which, you know, I think is the right percentage for that particular product from what I remember when I was doing research for the Indeed Labs product. So, you know, I think it's fine. And I love that it's a different combination of ingredients than I've seen before. Next, I really want to show you a product that I'm the most excited about my trip to India, and that is tretinoin at 0.1%. So it's the highest concentration of tretinoin you can get over the counter, and it is microsphere gel. So this actually is gritty, and it kind of worried me because I was like, oh my god, this kind of feels like I'm applying a scrub on my face. But this has not irritated my skin. I just applied it last night, and while I'm in Canada, I use 0.05% tretinoin, and it's the one that my family doctors prescribed to me, and I really love it. It works so well, but it's pretty strong. Like when I use AHA BHA peel and then I use this the next day, I do see some flaking of my skin. So I feel like my skin hasn't fully adjusted to that, and I'm already jumping to this one. I've used that for a year. So I started it last year in 2021 in November, and this November, it's been a year since I've been using that, and I still haven't finished that tube. So I'm definitely going to finish that tube. And then, you know, keep using this. But I seriously love this so much. It is so gentle. The whole point of microspheres is to increase the compliance of using tretinoin, because tretinoin can be so drying and it can be irritating, and people don't like to use it because of those side effects. People give up on this, and then they don't see an improvement with hyperpigmentation, fine lines, and wrinkles. Mostly is for people with acne, and I feel that if you're in India, if you can find this or the lower percentage, I would say if you are new to using tretinoin, definitely use the lower percentage and use it like every other day. It's supposed to be as irritating as 0.025%, which was not irritating to me at all. So, you know, I really hope that people can take advantage of this. It is a little bit more expensive. I think it's around 10 US CAD. Yeah, so this is not as expensive as I thought. This is actually just around $7-8, which is still very affordable. I highly recommend anyone who's looking for tretinoin and I would say, you know, use a retinol if you really feel like you're looking for some gentle option, but this is going to be more effective than any retinol out there. I got Mela Glow, which is very similar to the other product I showed you. So Mela Glow has 0.1% licorice root extract, niacinamide at 4%, and it has soy isoflavones at 40%, which is crazy, and I'm really excited. I think that's why I purchased this. I love products that have soy in it. Soy is very effective at helping with redness, moisturizing your skin. It is an antioxidant. It also really helps with hyperpigmentation by helping with inflammation and redness. So eventually it helps with hyperpigmentation, but it gives you an overall nice glow that is reversible, so it's not super damaging to the skin. It also has Sobi White and Kojic acid Dipalmate. I think Sobi White is one of the newer hyperpigmentation products, ingredients. So I'm really excited about this, and I hope that this has a nice texture. I'm also really excited about azelaic acid at 20%. So this is fragrance free, and it is 20% micro. I don't know why it's called micro here at the bottom. I have used the previous formulation from 3 years ago of azelaic acid at 20%, and it's not a gel formulation, it's a cream formulation. and this one's also cream formulation. I got this for 285 rupees. So it's like $5, which is so good because you get 15 grams of product in this, and it is great for hyperpigmentation. I think I prefer the one that you can get in Canada, which is Finacea, through my family doctor, and it's very effective because the gel formulation, even though it's at 15%, it is, in my opinion, more effective than this one because this one does not spread as easily, so you have to use quite a bit of it, and it is super like mattifying, which I don't enjoy when I'm in Canada. Like, I don't like a super mattifying Azelaic acid is always like a little bit mattifying by virtue of its properties, but I prefer the gel formulation in Finacea because it rubs in really well. You can spread it, you can, little goes a long way. With this one, a little does not go a long way. Like, you have to kind of spread it really well, and like, I don't know, the cream formulation is definitely a little bit harder to spread for me. I still recommend this because it's super affordable and it helps a lot with hyperpigmentation and acne. If you struggle with melasma, if you struggle with dark spots, this can definitely help you. But I would say predominantly folks with acne and acne scarring can see advantages with azelaic acid, and it's at 20%, so it's definitely at a concentration that is like, there's a lot of research behind azelaic acid being effective at 20 and 15%. Next, I have this, which is Derms Ultra. That's literally what it's called. It has octinoxate, nicotinamide, it has kojic acid dipalmate, arbutin, vitamin E, allantoin cream, 20 grams of product. I believe this is 300 rupees, so 295 rupees, 300 rupees, that's basically like $5, 5 Canadian dollars. And this has octinoxate at 7.5%, it has nicotinamide at 5%, kojic acid dipalmate at 2%, arbutin at 1.5%, vitamin E at 1%. Typically you want vitamin E to be at 1 or 0.5%, so this is perfect. And it has Allantoin at 0.4%. I am really, really excited about this. I hope that it's as effective as it seems. I think the thing that I like the most about products that have octinoxate is that it is something that I feel comfortable using in the mornings. So I think going forward, I will be using products that have octinoxate in my morning skincare routine. That way I get more products that have, depigmenting agents that can really help with my hyperpigmentation on my mouth and my eyes right here. I feel very, very, very excited. So that's that. And then I am super excited about this. I need to buy another one of these before I leave because it's so unique. I've never seen a product with this kind of combination of ingredients. So you'll notice a lot of the products here in India that are aimed towards hyperpigmentation, because it's an issue that many people struggle with in India, because most of us are melanated here, most of us have dark skin, and most of us have a lot of UV exposure. I think that they really understand how to deal with hyperpigmentation, but I think one of the things that people in India are really missing is good sun protection. I think they can definitely, I think people will see better improvement of hyperpigmentation and dark spots if they have some of the filters found in Europe. So I think EU has the best UV filters, and also Japan has some really nice sunscreens. So if they can get more sunscreen application, reapplication, if people in India can get better at that, they can definitely see a lot of improvement with their dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So this one is called tretinoin. You get 20 grams of product, Thyroidin. It's a cream. It has tranexamic acid. It has kojic acid dipalmate, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, arbutin, and vitamin E. So it has 10% tranexamic acid, which is the highest percentage that I've ever seen. Guys, there is a girl who's been staring at me for the last 30 minutes of my recording this, and she keeps like looking at me, and I think she might be one of the workers at my neighbor's apartment. And it's kind of awkward because people in India stare quite a bit, and I don't get it. Like, I look just like them, so I don't understand why they would stare, but they do it so openly. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. Okay, going back to this, but they don't mean it in a bad way. Like, I know she's just a young girl, so I don't want to be like mean to her or something, you know. Okay, so this has 10% tranexamic acid, which is the highest I've ever seen. I've seen 5% in the States, I've seen 3%, I've seen 2%, and I've seen like less than 2%. I love tranexamic acid, it really helps with melasma, but you have to get it into the dermis. And for me, I feel very hesitant trying products that require you to use microneedling, because I bought a microneedle 5 years ago and I used it a few times and it was just too much for me. And I bought it at like a 0.25 millimeters length, and it was still like too much for me. And I feel like a higher concentration might be good for long term, because higher concentration means that more goes into your skin, you know, but also you need to make sure that it's not irritating. So tranexamic acid at 10%, kojic acid dipalmate at 2%, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate at 1%, arbutin at 1.5%, vitamin E at 1%. Wow. I am definitely going to make sure I purchase another one of these before I leave. Okay, so I don't have it with me, but it's in the bedroom, so I'm gonna, I'll make sure I talk about it in my next video, because I probably have to refilm this. It's the Be Minimalist tranexamic acid at 0.3%, or no, 3%, and it is by far my favorite product that I've used in India, because it has like oat extract, and it has I think it has a higher percentage of oat extract than tranexamic acid, so it's super hydrating and it's super calming. Like, after a day of crazy sun exposure, which, you know, even if you're indoors and you just hang out in the terrace or in the balcony, or you go out very quickly and you come back in, the sun really gets you. Like, the sun has really hurt my progress in improvement of hyperpigmentation, particularly on my forehead area. And I think that, I don't know, I just think that tranexamic acid with oat extract is such a unique formulation, and it also has mandelic acid, it has salicylic acid to kind of, you know, lower the pH a little bit, because tranexamic acid works well when it's in a lower pH and when it's with vitamin C. So I feel very hopeful that it would help me. Whether or not the Be Minimalist product helped me with hyperpigmentation or not, I think I really fell in love with it. It's super calming, and it feels very comfortable on the skin. It's not oily or greasy. It is a tad bit shiny, but it feels very comfortable. So that is my India haul for right now. I feel so excited to be here, and I bought this eyeliner, by the way, at Nykaa, and they have a brand called Color Bar, and it's supposed to be waterproof and transfer proof, but it's not. Or maybe my eyelids are just super oily, I don't know, but it's not transfer proof. It definitely got on my upper lids, but I still like it. I really like this color, and I wish there were more colors for me to try. I'm looking for a light green, like an emerald green. Yeah. And that is all for my haul. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to edit this video and make it look nice. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. If you want me to do more videos in India, please let me know. I'm here for another week and I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I have a lot of work to get back to, which, you know, scares me, but I'm having fun while I'm here, and I'm enjoying food, and I'm letting things destroy my stomach lining, and I love spicy food, so that's what's happening. Let me show you the, oh, I can't, but behind us, it's the sea. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, I'll see you next time. Take care.